Hello, hello, hello. I think we're up and running now. Been a couple of problems to deal with before we got started today, but we're finally here. I hope. Do a quick check and see that everything is as planned. It does seem to be working as expected. I pray. But yeah, time to get started. We're going to do another 4 race today, part 2 out of 3 of the season. Had a bit of an interesting start, has an RBR square on points, and I've had to add some parts manually because teams are kind of running out of them. So hopefully not be seeing any big issues as a result of that. I can see you here first, Turbo. Appreciate that. Hello, Floof. I am indeed alive. Hello, Floof. Hello, Turbo. But yeah, basically, just a quick summary here of what happens when I use the editor to add parts. And what I mean by that is basically, whenever the AI makes a design, they generally want to manufacture the next version. So the parts that I initially give the AI is going to be C1. They design a C2, which is in most cases absolute garbage because it's not an edited part. But they'll not be manufacturing C1s anymore as a result of that, and they'll run out. Now, I gave every team 10 of each component at the start of the season, but some teams have decided that they want to eat through their front wings like their candy. And one team in particular had 3 front wings remaining after last session. I think that is a record. So I had to go in and edit in more parts. Now, the problem is when you edit in more parts with the editor, you end up in a situation where sometimes the editor will supercharge that's the best way I can describe it. The editor will supercharge one team and basically make them as we've called Super Saiyan. And in this case, it should be fixed, but we'll keep an eye on it. If you take a look at every team right now, we can see that using Ferrari and McLaren here as our bases, every team is still very much non-Super Saiyan. So we'll just have to take a look at this and double check before each race weekend. But generally, it should be okay. I think I figured out most cases of Super Saiyaning that can happen at this point. Hello, Sasha. It's been a long time. Where have I been? I've just been overworked at work, been tired, not had any motivation or energy really to play or record anything. Hello, Tio. Hello, Dan. Hello, Mind. Hope you're ready for me to grand slam each of the 4 races today. Well, you had the best chance of redemption last time out, Floof, and then you got beaten to the line by Cosby, which is, I don't know, poetic justice. The universe rebalancing itself. You could even do it at home, which is the worst part. Sorry about my driver confusion earlier. I forgot to share it on the driver application. Okay, that explains it then. I'm just glad that I didn't miss you there. But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but you do need to have it in the correct place. But with that said, I think we're ready to start today's races. We're going to try and get through 4 of them, starting with Spain. Then we have Silverstone. And 2 others that I don't remember right now. I believe in Floof supremacy. Underfloor is the first part we need to work on, right? Or can we go front wing? You can go front wing if you wish. The underfloor is just a good thing to start with, I think, because of the fact that it works like it has low, medium, high speed. It has everything. Front wing will generally just be low speed. So that is why I prefer to do underfloor before I do front wing. Underfloor is also a lot quicker. You can't energy, no motivation. You need to do some recreation. Go for the energy recovery mood up. Yeah, I need those events. Where can I find them, Floof? I need them in my life.
Thank you for joining us for the...
I watched Arcane ages ago. We're going to start out here in Spain with some rain, which means that our last winner, Ando Pures, could have put out another win. If I'm basically built the water driver after losing a title to a lack of that adaptability in earlier season.
welcome to the much
30 airflow, so let's see how to manage it. 30 airflow isn't that important until you are, well, let's put it this way. 30 airflow just means that it's easier to overtake, but if you have, you know, speed from top speed from cornering, you're not going to need it to overtake anyway, so it's really not that important, Sasha. Get them when I decide to grace you with my presence. You know what, Floof, once we're done with this, I'm going to fire up Uma and I'm going to get an S rank just to mess with you. Like, you've done this to yourself now. Yeah, I watched Arcane ages ago, at least the first season. I think someone has permanent damage to their component here. Floof, you might be getting some vengeance right away. It is going to dry up during this qualifying. It's going to be a dry finish to it. Let's just speed up and get there. Take Nero to the fair and help him play the claw machine. No, take me to the RAM store and let me play the RAM machine. Yeah, would seem Hospia has selected to not change out its components, which is gonna suck just a little bit. Okay, so we have bank collapse here on Intas now, before it becomes completely dry. So let's see here. These are not going to matter much because everyone is going to do another run. This is basically just confidence building. And confidence says that the Williams are slow, alongside Petrov and Daly and myself. But the problem here is now I need to find a window to send my driver out in where I don't screw over the world. And honestly, I don't see a good window here. Probably after Ethan and Tough go out, maybe? No, not even after that. Like, there's no good windows here to take. This is the best I can do. And even then, it's going to be kind of bad here. Tough has set the fastest first sector. But yeah, this is going to suck a lot for the cars further back. Tough now is basically going through so much traffic here to set this lap time. And you can already see here, McLaren with 7/10 on Tough's original time. The traffic here is not doing Williams any favors, and them deciding to both go for it very, very early is very likely to backfire. They're 1-2 at the moment. Oh, it's Silent Suzuka going even quicker, Petrov going even quicker. I think that is the end for them, and more importantly, also the end for the Alpine driver here, most likely. Living Duck, who has been a qualifying sensation, where will he end up? Ends up provisional pole as it stands. Currently, we have some cars that are in danger. We have the Redemption. Goes 5th fastest. Everyone at the bottom here. Kudis is basically out at this stage. Look at this. He's already over a second down in the first sector. Aldonado, what can you do? Aldonado goes through. What can my boy do? He goes through too. And with that, Moreno, Tough, Ethan, SCP, and Pando Pudas is out. The last time race winner, that lost in Q1. It's a good option to decrease the parts lifespan. Yeah, having light, like lowest durability parts is very, very powerful. Please don't do a 10 pull. I'll do anything. You wish, just don't ruin my day. I promise you, Floof, I'll do a single pull instead. Just one. $20 Williams, as always. Well, to be fair, Williams in this case got screwed because of the timing they sent their car out in, and I'm pretty sure the same is the case for most others here, except for Pando. So we'll have to see how this one goes. Q2, next up. The Ferrari fall-off is real. I believe this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be a one-shot quali. One-shot quali here. And as it stands, A3 might find some traffic in Danger Man. Yeah, Lunar Drift goes out very early. One of the championship contenders here will be following their lap. And as I mentioned, this is going to be a one-shot quali. There's no time to do another lap, and it's going to start raining. So the first lap here is going to be key. What can Drift do? 2/10 up on Pastry already. That's a great start. With Dark Cloud at 22-3, 22-2 from Floof. Takes the purple first sector. We have a yellow flag. Not Floof. It's Daily, who's had a bit of a lockup. Living Duck, once again living up to the qualifying maestro, if you will. Time to beat, 1:12.4 here. What can Verstappen do? Dark Cloud goes third fastest. Polo goes fourth fastest. Verstappen goes to the top. I might be in danger. I might need to buff. I forgot to buff Pastry. We'll have to see. Living Duck. Traffic, ruins, and otherwise great lap with a purple first sector. The middle and last leave much to be decided. Daily and Man. Daily has basically just aborted his lap here with that Petrov. Both Saubers and both McLarens and Daily currently in danger. Rain is set to start now, basically, so improvements are going to be hard to come by. God, a new character got released today. That's probably you're gonna get it with a single full. It would be funny, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think that's gonna happen, Floof. It would be hilarious, though. Not gonna lie. Ducks can't swim? Well, we'll have to see it now. It is raining, 0.2. Most drivers have absolutely, yeah. Daily here is not having a good qualifying session. His second run, too, is absolutely shafted here. With that, I think we now know who's out. It's going to be Petrov, Baba, Living Duck, Suzuka, and pole position, as well as Daily, of course. This was pretty close. 4 drivers within a tent, basically, and one of them being out. Daily just gave up. That's one way to put that, yeah. Daily just had enough and sailed off into the distance. Out of curiosity, what is the problem there? Oh, it's the engine. Engine gonna go bang bang. Now, I would like to reiterate, I gave everyone 6 engines, 6 ERSs, 6 gearboxes, because there was a chance of people crashing. But as we all know, the AI hates changing components. So even if you have 3 spare engines at the last race, don't expect the AI to change them out for you. That's you're just gonna be disappointed. We have a lot fewer people watching the stream. I mean, it makes sense. It's the middle of the week. I'm streaming kind of early because it's the only time I have. And I know this weekend I'm basically not gonna be around, so I need to try and get this done before the weekend arrives. So it makes sense why there's fewer people here. Like, Floof is up at, I think, 2, 3 a.m. So we do have some troopers here as well. Hello, Shay. Australian ducks try to kill you because Australia. Australian duck somehow has nerve agents, nerve poisons to get you with. Let's see if Danger Man here can get some redemption, as we have a yellow flag from Maldonado.
Let's take a look at the replay. We're watching the Ferrari. Nothing at this point. The brakes couldn't cope. By that...
It is the outlap, so it's not terrible, but that's going to have an impact on confidence. But all in all, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. 24-2 from all 3 drivers at the moment. Danger Man being slightly quicker than those around him. Oh, we're in the wall with a purple sector. Dark Cloud with a purple sector. It's going to be pretty close. The time to beat, 18.2. Turns into an 18.1 by Lunar Drift, having a massive final sector, making up for all the deficits there. What can Mike do? 1/10 off. Bolo goes fastest by 2/10 here. This is going to be a Red Bull resurgence. Maybe. We'll have to see. And what about the Redemption here? Redemption goes second. He's cheating. He has to be. Luke's not supposed to be that quick. Hello, Edster. How you doing? Why do we have team with Verstappen? Let's see here. What happened to you guys? Like, okay. I'll have to take a look at it afterwards. Yeah, you did not have a good one. Williams are going back in time. Basically, yes. Okay, Luna here now. About to be cursed by the commentator's curse. Who has been renamed Team Pastry for this one. I did have hopes that Piastri would be able to beat all odds in Abu Dhabi. Sadly, he didn't. Lando going to his title, which we, of course, congratulate him for. But it would have been a fun storyline if Piastri somehow got it with, you know, Max being Max and Lando being a little bit too aggressive with him. No improvements. It is slightly wetter than when they did their runs earlier, which is going to impact it. Verstappen is improving as one of the only drivers right now. Goes 4th fastest. What can Maldonado do? Maldonado here is down 2/10 compared to their time. So probably not going to improve much. Not at all, as it turns out. Mike, what can you do? Can you get anything out of this? Yeah, so that is going to be... No, can't get anything out of it. And with that, Bolo here has somehow snatched a pole position away from the Haas crew. We take those. Did I see the news about the helmet? I did. Apparently, he signed a academy driver behind Red Bull's back, which is very helmet, to be fair. But I mean, it makes sense. Horner's gone, Helmut's gone, New is gone. If Red Bull has a shitbox next year, the most interesting part of the 2027 season is just going to be, where does Max go? But yeah, I mean, it's fully understandable why they let go of Marco. But yeah, Bolo here has put it on pole position somehow. We'll take that. Yeah, results of qualifying here. So we have the McLarens here in what will be 14-15 to 13-14 after being promoted. So better than you did last time around. And we do have AFN here going from a race win to dead last in qualifying in the rain. So, you know, the world is healing. Oh, this could be juicy. It's going to be rain the entire time. Is it going to be... It's not really going to be adaptability levels apart from this, I think. The start is going to be adaptability. This is going to be adaptability. We could see potentially here too. If this is 90, then this should be more than 1. Yeah, unfortunately for Putis here, if it was a little bit dry, he would have a huge chance to do a last to first. Use max adaptability after all. But it is going to be a wet race with potentially a couple of pit stops. And potentially a couple of crashes. We'll also spice this up a little bit.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. This is it. It's the Spanish Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Lights out, away we go. Let us get our cars tied. And I think I spotted a bit of a slow start here for the Bolo, and yeah, judging by the car tire positioning, that was in case indeed the fact. Both Haas here have elected to start on used Inters. Interesting. Honestly, a lot of cars in top 10 has done that. Let's see how this race start goes. That is very, very slow. We're going to see Redemption here, I think, take the lead into the first corner. Verstappen gets drift simply because Bolo is slow. And we could even see Danger Man here doing some dangerous moves. Try and move up ahead. We'll have to see. Bolo retains Bolo falls down to second. Redemption goes up to first. Verstappen gets third here. Drift in fourth, side by side with the Aston as things stand. And is it going to be any incidents? It is not. Red Bull down to third. Verstappen up into second. Luna Drift now gets ahead of Danger Man. And with that, the order here in the beginning has been set. Pole position lost a lot of places here, down to 17. And the SCP has moved up quite a bit here. Ethan has been sent to the Shadow Realm. And Freaking Tough has done great. So I think Bolo's slow start had an effect further down the order. And just basically saw everyone on that left side of the grid lose positions. Floof has moved up 4 here, apparently. Well, sorry, that's wrong. Floof has moved up 1. But yeah, you can see most cars have lost some. Moreno and pole position here lost the most alongside Ethan. Are you disappearing, Floof? Did you jinx yourself? Well, we're going to have these two back and forthing for a while. It is still dry, though. 0.72 millimeters. And unfortunately here for the Ferrari driver, can't really take advantage of that ability just yet. But tires are kind of melting, I'm not going to lie. We're 3 laps in and they've used 10% already. I think we're going to have at least 2 pit stops, maybe more. Like, Mike is down to 76%. And it is still a little bit too dry here. This might actually be like 10 laps of adaptability right here for Pando Pudis if he can just work his way up. That is going to become very, very interesting to witness. I've thrown away 2 race wins already. Let's not make it 3. Why not make it 12, Floof? Why not make it 12? But yeah, initially here we can see Floof and Verstappen running away. Pando Pudis has had a Spinderella moment.
Now this was the 7th corner.
From winning to failing.
Whoa,
The AFN story.
Around they spin, and there's not much they can do about that now.
At least we will be able to see now just how quick Pudis is in clean air compared to the cars around. 130 crossing the line with a spin. That's not bad. Something has happened also to SCP here down in last. I think it's an adaptability issue. And there we go. We're not going to be able to see the pacer because Ethan has spun. Ethan has spun. I think he held up the Alpine while doing so. No, you're not going anywhere. And to add insult to injury then, Ethan kept his position. And SCP lost his position to Pudis here. And even then, they lost a lot of time to the cars up ahead. Currently though, Verstappen and Redemption are chilling out front. You see the tires being taken a little bit better care of. Well, I say that, but the top 2 are still kind of just chugging through them. Danger Man, currently holding on to the last podium slot, has a tire advantage compared to Drift. Rudolph is in that very same boat. So it's going to be a little bit interesting because they still have DRS. It's why we're seeing so many overtakes, even though it's wet weather, down that main straight. And we can kind of see here just how quick this guy is once he gets fresh air to work with here. 2-3 seconds quicker than the race leaders is something, but it doesn't matter if you can't use that pace because of cars ahead, of course. Yeah, if Pudis had a better qualifying here, this could have been another win for the Ferrari driver, for sure. You can see Rudolph here is currently hunting down the Haas driver. And we finally have reached a damp track 8 laps in. Another yellow flag. To Daly. Daly had a lockup.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4.
Hello, Dark. How you doing?
Well, you can see the lockup. Now, they did leave it...
But yeah, Daly is continuing. That is the 3rd lockup this weekend into the Shadow Realm as things stand. Just quietly motoring along the midfield. Go Williams probably forwards. Unfortunately, Dark, Williams only go backwards so far in this this season. It's not been a good start for them. Currently, Adsta is enjoying that final point here. We'll have to see if that remains that way. And honestly, I'm kind of curious. How hot is Rudolph running that engine? Not hot enough to cause problems, but that could change. It has been getting hotter once we get to 120, 125. That's where the fun begins. Engine go bang bang. We'll speed this up a little bit. We have arrived at the wet weather. You can see that we have the lead group here. Redemption, Verstappen, and Rudolph. Inchman is doing an Alonso, holding up the rest of the points here. Pole position is doing the same further down the road. Well, Baba is probably helping there. Baba has been an absolute nuisance as the wall. I guess 4.0. I don't know how many walls we've had at this point. And Ethan and SCP are just trundling in the back. Not really knowing where they are by the looks of things, unfortunately. This happens when Cosby, isn't it? Oh, there we go. My prediction came through.
Right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
The engine is going more and more bang bang. And with that, Rudolph has fallen down to 4th immediately. Did we get a double mechanical fault here for Rudolph? No, it just went major. That is not a good thing. Not good at all. Turbo is predicting that we're going to see a redemption victory this race, as the first pitters are coming in. Lap 13. There's a lot left to go here. Baba is actually down to... Baba might actually run out of tires this race. Down to 33% on those inters. That's insane. But yeah, pole position and Mike here have both pitted. And Baba, with no smoothness, might actually end up in a situation where they run out of inters. That would be wild. What are you doing? Are you trying to jinx me? Is my chat a little bit slow? Maybe. Guess we'll see. But we do enjoy a good flute jinxing here. It's very much appreciated. Yeah, Rudolph is going to cause a little bit of problems now, being a bit slow. Take on the role of the second wall, if you will. And we'll have to see how Baba's going to do, because right now, punctures are a worry. 19%. Punctures can happen anytime below 20. Let's go into the pit lane at least, so it's not all over and done for right there. We have other cars that are getting into the puncture range. Dark Cloud and Daly are going to be next to, alongside Silent Suzuka here. And yeah, those tires are not looking good. No, for real, I believe in a fluke victory. I believe too in fluke supremacy. Let's see here. Are you pitting? No. And so you're doing another lap. 26% worn tires. You might be running out of inters by the end of this. Compared to the ones running older tires, the fresh ones aren't doing that much better. Like, pole position back here is gaining about 4/10 on the leaders. But it's still going to be a lot of work as Daly now comes into the pits. Are we going to see puncture from Silence Suzuka here, or are you going to be able to survive? Dark Cloud comes into the pit lane. Suzuka comes into the pit lane. Both of them decide that they do not want to get any punctures to ruin their races here. Dark Cloud is going to come out in, I believe, 16th. Which is not the worst place ever. Loads of free air. Take advantage of. And by delaying that stint as long as you did, you are now, unfortunately, in last place, Edster. It's just the unfortunate reality. Meanwhile, Rudolph is losing out a little bit here. We are getting to the point where everyone is going to need to pit, so that will give us kind of the order a little bit. Polo here, who did qualify pole, is now down in 9th, finally does his pit stop. Not had a good start to this race, and Williams here coming. Am I seeing a double stack from the Alpine team? They actually did it cleanly this time, though, so creds for that. We have a yellow flag, momentarily. But yeah, Alpines are dead last. Dark Cloud gets fresh tires. And immediately decides that we're gonna destroy them immediately. I swear I put my extra 25 points in smoothness. Why is my smoothness so bad? I don't know. We've seen this before, Esther, where some drivers have a lot of smoothness and their drivers just destroy their tires. It's happened before. Must be the car. Maybe, but every car is equal. We did check before the start here. Jay has announced that Floof is about to be demoted. It's changing to dry. Adaptability is once again going to be a part of this race. Never mind, it's damp again. It was a part of this race for like 2 seconds. But yeah, Duck here, Drift, there's a lot of cars just trying to stretch these inters far longer than they should probably, and as a result here, Dark Cloud and also pole position could pull off something amazing, as we now see race leader come in alongside someone else. Can Haas have a clean stop here? They cannot. And they are double stacking. I named this picture Jinxed by Floof. There we go. Floof is finally leaving the pits now. And with that, he almost got jumped by the McLaren. He's now behind both Petrov, who just pitted, and Dark Cloud, who pitted. With that, Danger Man has gotten a pretty healthy lead up front as the de facto lead right now. Luna Drift falls all the way down to 15th with that terrible pit stop. But here is the problem. We could see a problem for the V-Carps too. They do at least split up their pit stops here. Rudolph comes in. Needs a clean stop here. That's a lot better than the Haas stop. What can Ferrari do? Ferrari also had a clean stop here. Almost out ahead of Floof here. Ferrari, very unfortunate. They should have been a little bit quicker here with Rudolph. Mechanical fault is escalating again. That is something else as well. So if Rudolph finishes, that would be amazing. But yeah, Floof lucky there to not be collected by the trains here, if you will. But yeah, Danger Man now suddenly a huge favorite to win this race. Moreno has also picked up a mechanical fault. I'm in the box. I love how Floof is just immediately yelling at Turbo because Turbo gave him praise. Turbo has apologized for his sin of sending Floof to the Shadow Realm down in 6th here now after that terrible pit stop. And of course, even worse for the teammate who got relegated to 14th here. That is not where the Haas crew wants to be. And we're now seeing Verstappen come in. Where will Verstappen emerge after this pit stop? It's going to be huge for the Haas versus V-Carb fight. Clean stop. Should come out. Oh, just behind Floof. Needed one more second there, and they would have come out in second place. But this spices things up a little bit more again. We do have Mike in the middle here with poor tires. Needs to pit pretty soon. Dark Cloud doesn't have the best either, but that is probably the best thing that could happen to Man right now. Dark Cloud is going to keep on slowing them down, and Man is a good second quicker than Dark Cloud. So the longer this situation remains status quo, the better. Dark Cloud really should just let Petrov go as things stand. And we see here the redemption being overtaken as Mike comes into the pits for what I believe is his second pit stop in 25 laps. I need to check if it is. Mike. No, it's actually... Yes, it is actually Mike's second stop in 25 laps. I think Mike's is going to have a tough time getting to the end of this one. And the same can be said for Gigi Baba. The no smoothness driver down the order here. But yeah, another 6/10 gain there for Danger Man. Everything is coming up Aston at the moment. What is the forecast, weather boy? The forecast is similar to how it is right now till the end. We could get a little bit of an adaptability period right here. But generally, it's going to remain somewhere between 1 to 2 millimeters of water on the track till the end. Provided we don't get any safety car or, you know, anything causing mayhem. Why must I be the physical manifestation of misfortune? Well, you're still, you know, in 5th place here. Your goal was top 10. So I don't think you can complain about misfortune too much. You could crash out, you know, with a nice little lockup now going into the corner, first corner. Dark Cloud keeps defending. Yeah, Dark Cloud is actually playing wingman to Aston at this point. It's actually kind of nuts. Rudolph, how are you doing? Did you blow something else up? Oh yeah, that gearbox is going bang bang as well. The fact that Rudolph is still in 6th is a miracle. With a major damage to gearbox and engine right now. That's actually kind of insane. Must have been pushing that first in. My time's holding up with the others. I mean, it makes sense. Makes sense. We now see Baba and pole position come in. Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to go all the way till the end. Particularly with how aggressively tires are being eaten right now. What is Pando? Pando Putis is somehow up into 11th right now. So, I mean, Pando could still get something done here. The gaps are huge, but we saw this man take 3-4 seconds out of cars last race with the help of adaptability. It could happen again here. Now we're going to see a overtake on Living Duck. We are not. Rudolph is also falling downwards right now, which, you know, makes sense. Could also cause a safety car later on. As we see Maldonado doing Maldonado things with the lockup.
Take a look now. We're watching the Ferrari. All right so far. And there's the lockup. They were just unable to do much about it.
I think Dangerman definitely wins. He has so much pace. To be fair, Dangerman's pace is simply because Dark Cloud was holding everyone up for the most part. Petrov have gotten by now, but you can see now just how much that cost in terms of tire usage for the Mercedes. We have another yellow flag, another minor incident, I assume. Pole position as ran wide.
Now we're down at turn 9.
Jinxing only works for Floof.
Oh, no, that's not quite what they would.
To be fair, I think jinxing works on you too. To be fair. Maldonado comes in, and that's a slow-ish stop for the Ferrari boys. Yeah, right now, Danger Man just chilling out front. No one challenging him. Bolo mechanical failure. We are seeing a 2-3 from Mercedes. Verstappen getting involved now with those with that tire advantage. Can't hold on to it though. And this is kind of what has been really helping Dangerman. The fact that cars with very bad tires are holding up cars with better tires, and thus basically losing them all of their pace. Rudolph now still falling downwards into 10th at the moment. Life is tough. Verstappen still can't get that move to stick. Finally got it to stick. And with that, we could see if Verstappen now starts reeling in Dangerman. If things should, for some reason, stay as they are, we'd see Verstappen take the lead ahead of Luna. So this is kind of a pretty big swing here, potentially, in the championship, if things stand as it is. The Constructors would allow Mercedes to catch up quite a bit. But I think it's going to be a little bit too tough here. Both of them are going to need to pit pretty soon. Please don't jinx me, I deserve this. Hello, pigs. I need to channel what is the Viewer Championship. Basically, every driver that you see down the list here, except for my two who has retired, is made by one of the subscribers to my channel. There will be different rule sets. They make a drive within those rule sets, and then we basically just have the AI erase them while I do a poor job at commentating what's going on. That is literally what it is. It is basically make a driver, equal machinery, and then we see who comes out on top with the AI's insane strategies, basically. Yes, Cosby, hold everyone up for me. To be fair, you're doing good right now. It's better than expected, I might say. The Duck is not looking great? No, Duck is a qualifying merchant. For the most part. And these trains definitely are not helping on the tires. Daly has had a pretty terrible weekend. Lockups in quali, lockups in the race. But as mentioned, is still in a pretty good position here for points. Petro, however, could pick up a puncture here. They're doing another lap. Okay. Everyone, Mercedes comeback ends here. Petro will be going a little bit too far. Fingers crossed for the Mercedes to survive this lap here, as the redemption finally gets by. Yeah, 18% tires. This is looking rough right now. And there we go. The puncture is a fact halfway through the lap. It's not going to cost a tremendous amount of time as a result of that, but it's still not going to be good. We also have a yellow flag. Look at all these cars being held up here. Look at this. Redemption with a spin.
Right, here's the action at
You probably had the best timing for the spin because everyone else behind you got held up.
Oh, dearie me, you don't want to be doing that.
Would have been peak floof there if you got the beast in the gravel. But yeah, Petro here now is just holding everyone up with that puncture. And that allowed Redemption to spin and live. That is actually quite insane. But yeah, that is Petrov losing so much time. But as I mentioned, with the number of tires used for most cars here, most cars are on the second tire, some cars are on the third. We could see cars running out of inters. Hilarious enough, because there's still 30 laps to go. And mostly everyone here is going to need to pit very, very soon. Petro now, dead last after going a little bit too far on those tires. And as I mentioned it, we can see other cars get sent to a Shadow Realm as a result of that. Terrible TV direction as well, I do know. I am very bad at it. Hello Justin, how you doing? Floof, do you want to get jinxed some more? Or have you had enough of this race? What's the verdict? Should we hit Floof with another spin? Follow right now, trying to chase down Daly, who is struggling with those tires. We can see Daly being our next victim of a puncture. We also have the SCP down here. Kind of struggling. But yeah, right now we do have Maldonado, GG Bab for the most part, just holding up Petrov. Petrov's going to be stuck. SCP comes in, Dark Cloud comes in. The other Mercedes does not want the same fate as the first one. And honestly, this is a pretty nice window for Dark Cloud to come out in. A couple of seconds by Rudolph, it should be a pretty simple clear. Then you have 5 seconds of fresh air up forwards, while, again, basically everyone there will need to pay pretty soon. Daly, you're still playing with fire. Better come in this lap. So, second spin has hit the Floof. Daly stays out, but Floof does come in. Where will you be? Are you going to have a second slow stop? A second slow stop has hit the Floof. It did have to be mentioned a podium. And then immediately game was just like, nah. Nah, bro. That ain't happening around here. And with that, Floof here has been sent down to 18th place behind Petrov, who had a puncture. And Tough here has punctured. Daly has punctured. It's begun. It has begun. The hell. Living Duck, Bolo. Both of them are going to be in danger. Living Duck does come in. Ethan comes in here. But punctures here are going to shuffle the deck quite drastically, potentially. Slow stop for Sauber. Quick clean stop for Ethan. Daly here has a clean stop. Huff comes in now. And we also see Verstappen having picked up a mechanical failure. Verstappen has been reeling in danger bound though. So as you can see, the advantage there was kind of needed. Danger Man now is coming into pit. And with Suzuka now in a podium position, that should mean that Danger Man should be able to keep second. So perfect time to pit here. Get fresh tires. Do a little bit of managing. Just retain first. Bolo Molo comes in. Get some fresh tires going. With that, will not retain points. But as mentioned, everyone else ahead. Oh, that's unfortunate that you couldn't get ahead of those three. That's going to make your life a lot harder here. As Redemption is trying to chase down and get by Maldonado, but SCP is not letting him. With that, Danger Man here, once again, in a very good position. Suzuka is the next one on the chopping block if they do not pit soon. It does not look like they're planning to do so. Could we also see a puncture from Lunar Drift? It is very likely as things stand. For now, Suzuka is fighting Pandopuris. You know, Nero, maybe I should just accept that nothing good will ever happen to me. You know what? Just accept that things will happen and it would be unlucky. That's still accepting of the bad things that happen, please. I love that the second someone just mentions, you know, Floof and jinxing, the game is just like, yes, I haven't heard him in a while. Let's give him a slow pit stop. Let's give him a second slow pit stop. Let's see it. Suzuka now. Gonna come out in 17th, I think. A lot of fresh tires ahead. But once the trio here starts pitting, it should be good. Luna now is playing with fire, 22%. Are the Haas going to throw this championship away here in Brazil? Brazil, Barcelona. Both start with a B. A red flag would be nice. See Pandopuris and Lunar Drift come in now. Where are they going to end up here? Luna, look at them being shuffled down the order. Nearly all the way to the back here. Putis in 15th, Drift 17th, Baba 19th. And with that, Loof has found his way back into the points. And with a couple of cars still needing to pit, could still make something out of this.
We've got
A
the
yellow flag, a
here.
crash involving multiple vehicles. It was not
Watching the
Floof.
Ferrari.
It's the pasta.
With not much room to move, and the contact between the cars inevitable. And I don't think
That's
there's a lot of
front wing
doubt as
damage
to
for the
which
William
car
and
came
the
off
Ferrari.
worse there.
That's not what they needed as they try and chase down Peter Maldonado on old tires. Slams into Ethan. And Ethan gets penalized for it. Ethan eats a penalty for a collision caused. Really? Laikia gets released in 13th, pole position in 18th, and then Maldonado in 19th. Well, tough. There's Maldonado in 20th, and our race leader now is coming in. Can you beat Dark Cloud out? That's going to be the big one. Clean stop. Dark Cloud out coming through the final corner. And should have just about enough pace to get ahead, I think. Or at least get close. No, not even close. With that, Verstappen remains in second place here. 20 laps to go. 20% better tires. That could be a fight for the win. There is some damage on Verstappen's car. And that is the engine starting to give out. So that could be... that could have an effect on this race. For sure. But we'll have to wait and see here. As the Redemption is moving up. Living Duck is holding on the order though. But right now... Danger Man in a very healthy lead. Followed by Verstappen and Dark Cloud. Living Duck is then 18 seconds down the road. Holding the rest kind of up here. Then we have Ethan holding up the others, trying to chase that final point. Verstappen is gaining, however, and is gaining quite a lot by the looks of it. Half a second. That is more than enough to catch Danger Man within the next 20 laps here. So this is going to be very, very interesting how this goes. Dark Cloud is losing a little bit of pace too. How is the fight further back going? Petrov, CP, Redemption, Bolo. Just going to claim fourth. Are we going to get more punctures here? I mean, Petrov could puncture. Petrov is very likely going to need to pit again. With these tires and how many laps remaining. I don't see him going to, or her going till the end. Moreno could also get in trouble, I feel. How people have been eating their tires, but we'll have to see. The fact that I could still get fourth after this race is nuts. Now you're just jinxing yourself, Loof. There's still 16 laps to crash. You've done it before. You can do it again. Fastest lap, Lunar Drift. Bolo with a mechanical fault now. Moreno. Mechanical fault escalating. So, mechanical fault that could still cause a bit of mayhem. Boris with a mechanical fault. And as Petrov's tire hits here are veining, we can see a gap starting to form between him and Living Duck. Petrov will have to pit before the end of this or suffer another puncture. There's just no other way. With how this race has gone, I don't care at this point. Honestly, that's probably the best mentality to have, Loof. How do I join the championship? It would be through Discord, but I don't know if we're going to do any more after this one. Pigs. Apparently this is most likely going to be the final one, unless there's a lot of interest in it. We'll have to see. SCP gets an overtake done, but Petrov does need to pit as mentioned here. Just still staying out. Was one puncture not enough for you, Mercedes? Oh no. I think I've seen this one before. Bolo has actually gotten that mechanical failure fixed. It's now moving up the order. Haas driver here being bullied as things stand. I mean, you could gamble on one more lap here, Petrov, but that would be really, really stretching it. You are going to be really, really stretching it. Redemption finally makes it by Petrov, but with 21% tires left, I think Petrov is going to suffer another puncture here, most likely. That would be a little bit of a problem here. 10 laps to go. Verstappen is still reeling in half a second a lap here, which means there will be a fight with Dangerman by the end of this if it keeps up. Dark Cloud and Duck are just chilling at this point. SCP is trying to chase down Duck, but it's going to be rough. Petrov finally gets in the pit lane. No second incident here, but with that, the Mercedes driver is very unlikely here to score points. That promotes Daly back into the top 10. I know I got the chance to join. Would love another chance. Why would I stop the series and you can get him live? Basically, I feel like I've done everything F1 Manager has to offer. So probably going to end up moving over to some other game in the near future. It's unfortunately just how it is. The replayability isn't so great once you've done kind of the challenge you set for yourself. There isn't really much else to do in this game. Well, this could be a fun thing to do every now and again. It takes a lot of time to prepare. It takes a lot of time to organize. And I've basically just been completely swamped for the past couple of months, which is why I haven't uploaded or done anything really. So we'll have to see. I'm not going to guarantee, say this is their final, but as of right now, there's no new ones planned, I guess is the best way to put it. Thank you for costing me 2 places, Petrov. Well, fortunately for you, Edsa, you were not able to get the floof here. But we are seeing the reel here from Verstappen coming in. 6/10 in that last lap. 8 laps to go. 3 seconds. And Mike makes it by Suzuka. Track condition has changed to dry. We're hitting that little bit of a... it's a little bit later. Basically, it's a little bit offset right now. We're basically here, I believe. So we'll have a little bit of a period here where Pando Pudas here could try and get back into the points. Also, adaptability is going to play a little bit of a bigger part. DRS will also be enabled for overtakes down the straight, which Suzuka immediately took advantage of here. Drift is also doing the exact same thing here, trying to get back into the points. And with Ethan having a penalty, he will not be getting any points here unless there's a huge crash behind. And particularly when Luna gets that overtake done, it makes it nearly impossible. It's as Edsa says, yeah, it'll be the final season for the foreseeable future. There's nothing planned after this one, so we'll see how, basically, how much interest there is from it and go from there. We've moved up to 6th here. Can you catch the SCP before the end? Mike and Bolo are just chilling right now, but I think we might see some Red Bull on Red Bull violence. It is still getting slightly dry here, and with that, Pando has not given up on getting the championship leader here. 5 laps to go. And look at Pando. Just slides by. That is probably not the best place to overtake, because you've just given Luna a chance to get that back easily with DRS. So while you set the fastest lap, Pando, you also fell out of the points in the process, and it is getting wetter. It'll be a lap or two until DRS gets disabled. And we lost, I missed out on the fight here, but Verstappen has actually taken the lead as Redemption picks up a mechanical fault. Verstappen has caught up to and overtaken Dangerman. That tire advantage finally working in their favor, and with DRS, being able to not only overtake but leave Dangerman behind. That is very, very unfortunate here. With that, we'll see if Pando can get Luna back. In one of the last few DRS zones of this race, Pando up into 10th. What can Redemption do? Redemption is struggling to keep up with the car ahead. Car ahead, the Alpine. Can you secure 50 here, even with a little bit of damage? What did you actually get in terms of damage? Gearbox. Yeah, Verstappen here has been able to get away somewhat safely. And we no longer have DRS. Pando Putis here trying to hunt Suzuka. Going to be a little bit of a challenge as Floof struggling to hold on with that gearbox. Mike gets by. Putis versus Suzuka here. Pando Putis gets by and Suzuka is down to 10th. Basically having the Haas versus the Red Bull fight here and the McLaren versus Ferrari. They need to be careful, particularly, well, the Ferrari has actually caught up as Floof moves ahead. Side by side now. Maldonado with a mechanical fall. Are you guys going to go try and go 4 wide? Almost. Yeah, Floof gets overtaken by Mike. There is a lot of fighting here, but they're not letting Luna Drift get back into this as things stand. And Verstappen has, again, gotten that overtake done on Dangerman. Dangerman led a lot of this race. Dark Cloud in 3rd, Duck 4th, then we have SCP. Then we have the fight for 6th, involving 5 different cars right now. Are we going to see any more overtakes between these guys? F125 multiplayer season. Last time I did anything multiplayer, people were just crashing into each other. So, oh, Floof, are you picking up a penalty for that one?
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Did Floof just floof it up to the maximum here by giving Mike a little tap on the rear there? Is it going to be a penalty? It's the final lap. Low confidence from Redemption right now after that touch. Are we going to see any penalties that would delegate him down to, well, literally outside the points? Come on, FAA. We are waiting for your judgment. Investigation. No penalties given. Floof gets away with it. That looked very similar to what happened to Ethan here. But I'm a little bit surprised that Floof was allowed to walk away with that one. But as it stands, I don't think we're going to see much of any overtakes within top 10. It's basically just a procession. Floof survives. Oh, can't get over that. But yeah, Verstappen wins, followed by Dangerman, followed by Dark Cloud and Living Duck, and the SCP. Then we'll have to see who takes 6th place. Is it going to be Mike, or is it going to be the Floofster? And of course, we have Bolo, Boris, and Suzuka. Luna is trying to get into this. Are we going to see the McLaren lose that 1 point on the finish line? That's what's going to happen here. It could happen here. No. Suzuka holds on and gets that point. Where has SCP come from? Wasn't he last? Yeah, he was. Probably again. At least I threw a win away in sympathy for Floof. Gonna go outside of this race and see you around 7. Have a good trip outside, Turbo. Floof with the dirty driving.
Sometimes I think you just have to.
But yeah, with that, the 5th race has come to a conclusion here. Verstappen takes the lead ahead of Luna Drift. Jockey is catching up a little bit, but yeah, it's still going to be a bit of a close fight here. Floof now down to, well, in 7th here as things stand. Actually being overtaken by AFN. That got a sting. And RB now has gotten a healthy lead of nearly 20 points ahead of Haas. And other than that, it's actually quite a close fight here between Sauber, Ferrari, Alpine, and Mercedes. Aston Martin finding Red Bull, and then we have McLaren and Williams. Go Williams. Let's go over by race. What do you mean, Floof? What happened in that race that you want to revisit? What is your complaint? Too slow pit stop, a spin, a mechanical fault, and a collision. To be fair, I'm surprised you actually got away with that collision without a penalty, Floof. That's actually kind of wild, because yours looked way worse, at least to me, than, you know, Ethan's penalty. So I don't know how we feel about that one. Do I refresh engine parts? Will Cosby get refreshed by AI? The thing is, AI is stupid with when it chooses to refresh their engines. So hopefully it will. Everyone has, as I mentioned, 6 engines, ERS, gearboxes. And with major damage, I would hope that the AI switched out its components. I would hope. But I'm not going to manually do it, because it turned out that it caused far more problems than it solved. It bricked saves to some degree, because it made Super Saiyan cars that I could then not edit to not be Super Saiyan. But mind me of that. We're going to take a quick look here and see where everyone is, because I was fixing things earlier today. There were 2 teams that attempted to go Super Saiyan. So we're just going to ensure that it's not going on. And right now, everyone is still equal, so we should be fine. And for those of you, the team in question that went the most Super Saiyan with 2,000% was Williams. So I think we'll figure it out if Williams get the Super Saiyan buff again at some point. But for now, Silverstone, let's go.
Welcome and come on in.
Honestly, now I'm hoping for a big crash in qualifying so that the AI is forced to replace my components. You do know, Floof, that if you crash in qualifying, you're going to end up with like 20% components and everything. And it's just going to be pain. Yeah, we're going to have heavy rain for both qualifying and the race, because it is the British Isles. And it is Silverstone, so it needs to be like that. You know, it's the law. Now, the other problem here is that I might get knocked out of qualifying because I did not buff my drivers. So we'll see how this goes. Is this going to be a one-shot again? No, this is not a heavy rain qualifying game. What are you smoking? Graphics simulator adaptability time. Pit lane start, drive to the packed points. Well, we can hope. Okay, let's see here how this goes then. Bank elapse. Because it is going to go full dry. Hey, Mike has woken up. It looks like they have given... We can check that. There was a question if they were giving Cosby new parts. They've given him new engine, new gearbox, not a new ERS. But honestly, engine and gearbox should do the job. Don't you agree, Chris? Oh. has changed to dry. It's going to start pouring in 2 minutes. Respectfully, I think that's a lie. I hope that's a lie. Yeah, it has to be a lie. But here is basically the fact: whoever goes out last is going to have a huge advantage. And I'm going to have to try and not mess up Baba's run here. I'm going to mess it up a little bit, but that's just how it is. I need to send my car out at one point. Okay, one-shot quali here. Baba as the first victim out at 0.68. We'll have to see what it looks like when we get around. Are you lost? Is lost. Cheating. But yeah, you can already see some cars are going across the line now. They have 15 millimeters less water on track. That's going to be huge for how much time gets saved. And what time is Baba going to set here? Sorry, I'm messing with sectors. You can already see it. Baba is 5 seconds slow in the first sector. Suzuka is 1.5 seconds slow in the first sector. The water here is playing a huge part. Baba not really improving. What can Pando Puris with superior adaptability do here? This should be the fastest man on track at the moment. It was 4 seconds quicker than Suzuka. That's not a small amount. And look at this, also a lot quicker than my driver. Freaking tough goes second quickest. Currently Baba, Maldonado, Ethan, and Daly out. Aston's not really liking the water. Same for Ethan, Maldonado, and Gigi Baba. You can kind of see just how wild adaptability is here and timing on when you send your car out. So Pando Puris with 100 adaptability. That's nuts. It is the strongest ability in the game. But the condition when it is... Well, adaptability is the strongest skill in the game. But the time when it's active is just so short that it isn't worth it. It's the best way I can describe it. But yeah. Baba, Pasta, Ethan, Dangerman, and Daly out in Q1 here. Okay. We might have 2 runs here on the inter tire, so we're just going to send Pastry out immediately and take a look.
Green light.
Bruh, not the traffic. What happened to your fault? Okay, so let's see if Redemption has been given Redemption. You've been given a new engine. Your gearbox can still and will explode during this race. Okay, 133.0. It's the time to beat, and yeah, we're definitely gonna need to improve. After the bankers, both McLarens, both Red Bulls, Moreno, and Tough in the danger zone. It is gonna start getting a little bit wetter and then drier again. Check your components at some point. We can check during the race begins. I don't know if I can check them if you went out in Q1. Just to double check, your pasta, aren't you? Luke once again, all the way at the back. I feel like this is heresy at this point. Let us see a Living Duck. Has started out with a purple, but it's getting drier. So the further you are to the back, and of course if you can avoid traffic, the better for you. Living Duck, one of the first ones that went out, and you can already see it. SCP, one of the ones towards the back. 2/10 quicker from the get-go. 40.1 in the second sector is the time to beat. 25-1. Duck improves and goes pole. Verstappen goes second place. SCP has a terrible middle sector. As a result of that, all that was gained in the first sector is lost. What are we going to see here? Still pole with an amazing final sector. And are we going to get a Q3 here? That's going to be the big question. Just barely. Both McLarens, Panda Pudas, Bolo, Moreno, and Tough out in Q2. Haas Bitbox is helping massively. Is that why you guys chose Haas, Floof? You can be honest with me. I was held up, bro. I can just hear the screams from over the mountains. Okay. It's gonna get wetter. This might be a one-shot quali that I will luckily not need to participate in.
Great.
Verstappen is the first one out. Oh, we've had a lockup.
Now this was the Sauber. Everything's all right here. And the car just locks. And they'll need to be mindful of the
Does that even count as a lockup? I feel like he didn't even leave the track. But yeah, let's see here. Verstappen is the first one out. What is the time to beat gonna be? Duck up. 29.1 first sector. Oh, we have some 21 zeros. 28.3, what? Excuse me? What? How? Mike. What in the... Has Mike unlocked the illegal car? Is that what's going on? What is this? That's an illegal performance right there. Downcloud isn't that far off, though. Holy shit. That's insane. Legal Red Bull disqualified in drug test. What I can do is actually do a quick check while the rest of qualifying runs with the autosave. Just give me a second and we'll see what the autosave says. Red Bull. The autosave says that they should not have anything illegal on that car, so it's just Mike having the lap of his life. Like, literally. The save file has no parts that would be illegal for that Red Bull, unless they, like, got them for Q3, and if they did, he should be starting in the pit lane. Must have just gotten a massive tow, or maybe he did in fact do something illegal and open the DRS in the wet. I don't know. I honestly don't know. We'll see if the second lap is as insane. I don't think Arinda knows the track is wet. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about too, that it's just I am using DRS without being allowed to. He's using the 26 car. 28.2, it's a new purple. Verstappen is half a second slower. Scroll up a little. $28.3, $28.5, $28.4. It's not as insane anymore because other cars are doing similar times. Petrov has gone faster, but it is also drier. SCP has gone faster, but the time to beat now, 1:36.2. Verstappen, 8 tenths off. Could be that they've given Mike fresh components, to be fair. That would have an effect if cars are running. That doesn't make sense because Verstappen was given fresh ones too. SCP just 1/10 off. The twins here, the Hasses, both of them 2-4-1. What can Petrov do? Teammate in front, slowing them down. Still pole, Petrov by 7/10. Redemption and Drift here, both with the exact same time. And the Speed Demon is no longer as speedy. Time P10. But yeah, it's tough. That is P10. But is this the Mercedes comeback? Remember, this is going to be the halfway point of the season after this race, so still plenty to go. And, oh. Okay. Okay, who opened the dam? Right here, who... This is Pando's, like, dream scenario, because there's going to be a couple of laps of, you know, suffering, because we're going to go to a wet time pretty much immediately. Then it's going to dry out, and I can guarantee the end, like, 10 laps there are going to be, you know, not damp. So, Pando Pudis, AFN right now, is just giggling in his Sagoon chair. He's ready to try and get another win with the power of that ability. But with that said, let's just jump straight in. You can already see him. You can see him giggling there like a goblin.
Are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
Hello, Ethan.
It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out. And
Lights out, away we go. What did they do to you, Petrov? The Mercedes comeback has been put on pause after the monumental mistake of qualifying pole and then deciding that, nah, we're not going to go pole. We're going to go last. This has been, this is the AI strategy, and this is also kind of why I feel like I've done everything I can do with the game. You qualify pole, nah, pit lane. That's where we belong. With that, Rudolph has been promoted to first, and it is a great start. Living Duck is following that start and getting ahead of Dark Cloud here a little bit. SCP takes advantage as well. Up ahead, moves up with Mike. Passes us side by side. Are we going to see team-on-team violence here? And Bolo and Baba thinks we're going to need medium tires to get to the wet period. To be fair, that's probably true in Baba's case. I'm not going to lie. Baba does eat those tires like they are cotton candy. Mister, I'm not a goon. I don't live in the UK. Now, how many issues do I have this race? Just one. And it's going to be enough to DNF you. If that's going to be your issue. We'll see how this goes. Currently, we do know that rain is arriving on 11 minutes. That is when hell arrives. We see fastest lap here for the one in last, Petrov. 11 minutes though. You can kind of destroy your tires, but that kind of forces you to go inters for basically 3-4 laps, which wouldn't be great. And I think I see a McLaren.
There's a yellow flag now.
Doing something funny.
6. Oh no, that's not how to do it. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
Kind of a miracle that McLaren didn't take anyone with them. Lando, your drive is a menace. There we go, Dark Cloud up into second. And it's going to be a little bit of DRS back and forth right now, as we are used to at the start of the races. With the exception of Petrov and Pole here. Everyone is just kind of sticking together. That McLaren needs to pit? It does. You're not actually wrong. It's down to 40%. Those tires are gone with one spin. Bro actually lost 50% tire, but you're not wrong. And he is in the pits. Oh, is Daly gonna join? The Aston's paint. Oh, it's actually Dark Cloud. I thought it was Daly.
Look at the Mercedes. Things look fine here. Oh, and the car locks up. And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tires.
Oh, that's gonna sting. I think if recovery was 6th place here. Might need to pit. Dark Cloud might also need to pit it. Mercedes might be throwing it all away immediately as they get a good qualifying session. And with that, we have a Sauber in the lead. We don't see this often. Living Duck, qualifying aficionado, currently chilling in first. Now, as I mentioned here, Dark Cloud, it's only 6 minutes till rain. If you run conserve, you can make it. But even then, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a struggle. Oh no, my tires are gone indeed. Hello, Lando. You had oh, we're having more lockups.
Right,
I think I saw 28% there.
Turn 3. Struggling with the car. What
Almost an assassination too. And with that, Mike is down to 28%. But yeah, Lando, you had a Spinderella move that cost you 50% of your tire wear. I'll sacrifice myself to take out the last McLaren. Well, before you can get at the McLaren, you do need to clear Baba. So you do need to get by the wall. But yeah, Mike, are you going to get a puncture? I think the answer to that is yes. Mike goes again. Puncture here in Silverstone is basically guaranteed now for the Red Bull driver. Look at all the cars being held up. And now it's time to hold up the teammate. Life is rough here. Dark Cloud is managing, but there we go. Mike has punctured, and again, just teammate being held up. Oh, Baba got held up and sent down a couple of positions. And Ethan now, goodbye Suzuka. Can't take out that last McLaren if you're ahead of it. And Mike does come in here. Dark Cloud is definitely managing the tires as best as they can. They're barely losing any tire wear right now, so running conserve is definitely the best option at this stage. We can see that the top 5 here, top 3 are running together. We have Floof and Verstappen running together for 4th place. Then Moreno is holding everyone else up further down the road. Some gaps are starting to form. Ando is chilling in 9th and just praying for that wet weather rain to start falling from the sky. This is rare. Could I possibly still join part 3 soon? It's going to be the same drive for the entire season, Shay, unfortunately. I haven't planned any more seasons in the future. Might be. We'll have to see how, you know, if people want it, maybe. But there's not going to be any drivers replaced, unfortunately, for the rest of the season. 11, you're quick, mate. That's why. Rain has begun. Buddhas is laughing all the way to the bank right now. It is going to go up slowly. Heavy rain is going to arrive in 4 minutes. And as you can see, Dark Cloud has survived. Needs to survive 2 more laps though, or you can go into a wet tire. And right now, just holding up the adaptability man. Andoporis is being held up at gunpoint. But now we'll see the real pace. The 100 adaptability driver. DRS is still active. Bolo has a mechanical failure. It happens. I think Dark Cloud can survive one more lap around here, maybe. But it's going to be close. Pando is catching up to another DRS train. It's going to limit his pace a little bit. Never mind, just drive straight by. It's 4 seconds quicker than the leader right now. 4 seconds, everyone. Adaptability is insane. In the right window, which we are right now. 1 minute left of this fun before everyone will go wet tires. Look at the speed difference. Look at the demon just making their way through here. Might actually get in the lead before people pit for wet tires. But there we go. It's now starting to pour down. Pit lane is going to see visitors. Rudolph comes in. Duck comes in. Everyone comes in. If you had one more lap there, Pudis, you would have probably taken the lead by a couple of seconds. Baba, no, get out of the way. We are going to see a double stack here from the Williams crew. Let's see, are we going to have clean stops? Rudolph, directly to wet tires. Traffic. Living Duck has a slow stop. What about Floof? Slow stop again for Floof. And Drift is waiting. Haas is throwing it away again. Look at them. They're just chucking it all away here. And even the second stop is a little bit slow. With that, we have an Alpine 2-4. Horace in third. Verstappen fifth. Bolo, Duck, Poof, Dark Cloud, Suzuka, Dangerman, Tough, Drift, Maldonado. That was not a good stop for the Williams cars. It really, really hurt them. And suddenly Suzuka is now out of reach. There was a promise that they would assassinate the final McLaren. We'll have to see how that goes. Yeah, for the second race in a row, Booth gets a slow pit stop when it matters most. Yes, I'm in my QJ. Nero, we're doing seasons till I win a championship. Damn. Then you're gonna have to help me set things up, I guess. Thank you for wishing. Good luck to everyone, Shay. Appreciate it. I'll try and poke you if we do another season. Everyone has pitted turbo. You have been balled. Has balled it, indeed. Damn, we're never stopping. We do not believe Loop's gonna get a championship. Is that it? Yeah, Rudolph in the lead here, followed by SCP, followed by Pandaporis, and as things stand, it's gonna remain wet now for the next 20 or so laps before we go back to Intis, and this is how things have shaped up here. I'll just take 1 point. I feel like that was Floof like the first eight seasons of this. Living Duck has picked up a mechanical failure and also is eating those wets quite aggressively. It is almost 5 millimeters, so it shouldn't be that hot on track. And right now Moreno and Verstappen is trying to chase down the Ferrari driver. Not happy with not being on the podium. Check your engine. We can do that, Justin. Let's us take a look at the pasta. You have a fresh engine. You need a new gearbox. That is the status of your car. Enjoy your food, Turbo. I'm tire saving. This could be beneficial. Well, compared to Living Duck, you are tire saving. Well, apart from Ethan, you are the highest tire saver out there, as the SDP gets a mechanical failure. That could change things. Tough also picks up a mechanical failure. These are the gearboxes, for those who haven't crashed yet, that are starting to kind of give up a little bit. And it is starting to dry out right now. We are heading to Inter territory. There was a very minor yellow flag there. It's Maldonado.
Right, we're down at turn 5. Oh, we've seen a few go off the track there.
Did I
Really,
sabotage
you
your
must be
driver because
careful.
you were going to be too fast? That's classified. First of all, mechanical fault for Suzuka now. Gonna give Danger Man a chance to get a move on. But yeah, you might have a tire advantage, Floof, but you don't have an overtake advantage, so you're not getting by easily right now. But, as mentioned, it is drying up. Within the next 10 laps, we are potentially going to have some cars jump on the Inters early. We'll have to see. But if it's going to start pouring again at the end, that's going to make it very interesting. Oh. Moreno has made a move here on Pando Puris. I don't know if Mr. Fumble should be speaking when you're 20 seconds behind the last car, Lando. Yeah, the race before this one was the real Flu Fumble. He's not wrong. Oh, we have changed to damp. This is where the fun begins again. Because with damp territory, it means now that adaptability is once again in play for those running on wet tires. And for Living Duck here, might actually be a better option to just pit and get some fresh tires. Mechanical failure does happen. It is going to get a little bit wet again, but at this level, you would expect it to be basically inters until we go wet again at the end. Alpine double podium incoming. Are we having another jinx here from Dan? If so, you're going to get in trouble with a couple of people. But we'll see here. It's 3.6 now. 3.5. These wets are going to start to melt if we get to 2. And we have another lockup here from Lando. Lando might be the first driver to be lapped in this scenario. 33% now. Those wet tires. And what is McLaren doing? They are going for the inters. They are the first ones to pull the trigger. How much quicker are the inters going to be? It is 3 millimeters now on track. Unfortunately, you also come out behind the wall. So you're going to have to make that overtake quickly as the other McLaren comes in. And there is another set of inters waiting there. I'm just a little bit curious how much quicker the inters are going to be here right now. They should be quite a lot quicker. And as you can see, Living Duck now is going down. Pando is coming in. Floof is coming in. And the longer you stay out now, the more time you're going to end up losing. Danger Man comes in. Are we going to see another slow stop here from the Haas team? No, they actually get that one. That's illegal. They aren't supposed to do well. They're supposed to fail. The Living Duck now is in danger of getting a puncture. We could see a race ruined here by going one lap too long. And the same goes for Bolo. The same goes for Dark Cloud. Because with 2.7 millimeters, these wet tires are going to start to melt on the track itself. And there we go. Dark Cloud with a puncture. Is Duck and Bolo going to survive till the pit lane? Duck survives. What about Bolo? Bolo survives. Only Dark Cloud pulled the short destroyer. Mercedes getting absolutely humbled at home as Luna Drift now also comes into pit lane. And with this, I think we're going to see Putis and Floof here kind of take the lead. No, Moreno comes out ahead of them. Just about. And now we're going to see Verstappen. We're going to see SCP play with fire. It is getting a little bit wetter, which will help them. But generally, it's not going to be great. Dark Cloud in 12th now after that debacle. With that, we should have a Moreno, Pulis 1-2, with Floof maybe being third. We'll have to see it now. Rudolph comes in. SCP comes in. Verstappen should also come in. Can Moreno, Pulis, everyone get by them? I don't think so. I think Rudolph, it should be okay. I think SCP should be okay. The gaps were more than enough, as it turns out. Verstappen, on the other hand, that's going to be close. Not in their favor, though. Comes out in 6th. And with that, we have Rudolph, SCP, Moreno, Forrest, Floof, Verstappen, Living Duck, Polomolo, Suka, and Dangerman currently holding up the points. As mentioned, it's going to get even drier. We're going to have another adaptability window down here, and then we're going to need a new set of wets. So this is not even close to being over yet. The way I jinxed myself and died. Wouldn't be the first time someone's done that, Dan. Looks like adaptability may affect the tire wear in wrong tire situations. Adaptability affects how quickly you go in the wrong tire situation. So if anyone is on a wet tire right now, basically someone with higher adaptability will go quicker if every other stat is identical. So this man who has 100 adaptability, he's just waiting for this moment to come. Then he can try and get a gap on the cars ahead. But he really needs to clear Moreno and try and catch up to the cars up ahead to get something done here. There we go. Ando does exactly what he needs to do here. He can start chasing down the other Alpine driver. Danger Man, please. Never mind. Moreno takes it back immediately. Not willing to give that one up. Gonna see any more changes here. Danger Man has been saddled with the task of taking out Suzuka. But with Daly's history of locking up, I think the odds are higher that Daly's going to take out his teammate. Last race, Daly locked up 4 times over the weekend. So Danger Man is actually living kind of dangerously right now. Not by anything they would do, but by virtue of being too close to their teammate. No, Forrest, get out of the way. Oh, Forrest got bullied there. Now a second behind. Floof and Verstappen catching up and becoming a part of this mess. It's drying out right now. We're getting closer to the fun period. Moreno just needs to buy as much time as possible for their teammate right now. That is what's going on. Look at the fight behind the Ferrari. Further down the road, Suzuka is still holding on to 10th, but Dangerman has moved up ahead and gotten away from Daly. But I don't think it's the danger has passed just yet. Even close to having passed as things stand. But mechanical fault for the Alpine here. It's become a major fault. What is the Alpine failure? Yeah, Bolo should be ERS. What is? It's the engine. Engine gonna go bang bang. That is not the best of timings with 17 laps remaining here. And are just holding on for dear life now. We have a yellow flag. Who has crashed? It's Danger Man.
Let's see what happened there. Here we've got the Aston Martin. And then the car just goes.
Oh.
There'll be words had after this, I'm sure.
That's unfortunate there for the Aston driver. Gets sent immediately from the points. down to 15th. That's going to sting a little bit with that. Suzuka is once again ahead of both of the Astons. The battle continues. Oh. Floof is gonna... Oh, Floof just got... Floof just made an enemy. AFN, what do you have to say to this Floof war crime? Elbows out. Out of the way, bozo. Hope you do. Damn, no. We're not gonna wish that on anyone. AFN, calm down. Your time will come. We're just waiting for the it to get a little bit drier here, and then you'll be happy. As Floof moves up into the podium slot. Can you now chase down the other ailing Alpine? You are gaining 1 and nearly 2 seconds a lap right now. I have already got down. Panda was so happy. Then it became wet a little bit too quick, and now it can't get dry quick enough. The duality of man, right there. At least Daly has gotten revenge on Suzuka. Suzuka down to 11th here. The pasta, though, is also coming for something. 5 for the podium here. Not over. And as we can see, it, Floof is still reeling in the SCP here with over a second on lap right now. What happened to Rudolph Pace? Ty's caught up with a fault? What do you mean? Ty is slow. Like, you and Rudolph have a very similar pace right now, Floof, but like, Ty's just super slow. He's a second, 2 seconds slower than Rudolph for the most part. So that is why there is a gap now forming. I saw it. Oh,
here, and that's trouble for the Red Bull.
Trouble for the Red Bull, you say?
Take a look here.
What have you done, Bolo?
Pushing a bit too hard at this point.
Okay.
Oh, and the cars there.
It's a miracle you did not get sent to, you know, the wall, and that you retained your position. With this, Bolo Living Duck has joined the fight for 10 tier with Daly, funnily enough. Didn't cost too much in tire. I don't think either one of them picked up any, you know, damage. Duck might have some suspension damage, we don't actually know. But Duck got the penalty for that? Yeah, the FIA kind of suck, don't they? Duck got the penalty. Welcome back, Turbo. Give me that P2, it's my time. Track is dry now. Buddhist, engage. Sorry, Pandoporus, engage. How long now until it starts to piss down? You have 6 minutes to get something done. 6 minutes of brilliance. Basically 4 laps here. And as long as Floof remains stuck here, that gives you the chance to catch him. Provided, of course, you can clear an Alpine. Alpine says no. Oh, damn. You didn't give him a chance to say no there. Yeah, we'll have to see how this goes then. With DRS now also being enabled, it means that the SCP can keep up with Floof. And on the last lap here, they gained a couple of seconds on Rudolph. You see a drift here, having an incident. Running wide.
Now with the Haas.
Been a terrible start to this second second part of the season. The last session's champion, if you will. Pando is still being bullied by the Alpine here, and only 4 minutes left of the fun time. Because it is getting wetter, so the fun time might have already have ended. The forecast might have lied to us, and we'll soon go into the pits for wet tires. When did Verstappen get by? Never mind. They're still trying to reel in the leader. Who pits when is going to probably decide this this race a little bit here. 10 laps to go. Moreno's Public Enemy number 1. That would be the radio message of the year right there if a driver went ahead and just said, nah. Red. Verstappen is Public Enemy number 1. Verstappen moves up to second now. And we have a VCARB 1-2. However, the back and forth DRSing does not help out the leader as they are being slowly reeled in. And we are now going back to the wetter part of the track. It will very soon be damp again. And as such, we are soon losing the ability to use DRS. You need to get that overtake done and you need to make it stick, Pando, before that happens. One more car, a heavily damaged Alpine. There you go, up into fourth now. Luke and Verstappen are not done yet, and we are now back to damp conditions. We see Duck here, low tires. We see SCP here with low tires, but the question is who is going to end up going to the wet tires here, if anyone. 8 laps to go. Haas is the Ferrari of this universe, holy ball. Cliff, what do you say to these claims from Turbo? Verstappen is not letting up. They are still reeling in the leader right now. Getting closer and closer to full wets again. 2.4 right now. And we have 2 cars here pulling the trigger early. Verstappen comes in. SCP comes in. Wet tires await both of them. It is a clean stop for both of them as well. Dark Cloud comes in. Everyone now is coming in for the wet tires. Well, everyone. 5 cars. Don't have to be everyone. Living Duck will have to serve that penalty, which is going to pull him all the way out of the points. We can see both Verstappen and SCP-067 currently chilling in 5th and 6th. And once Moreno pits, is going to be close to his teammate. And Dark Cloud do anything. We're on 3.3. Rudolph now. Race leader coming in. Horace does another lap. There's a yellow flag.
And here we've got a yellow
Tough
flag.
with a spin. It's a slow stop for VCARB. What about Floof? Clean stop for the Haas. Moreno. It's a slow stop for the Alpine too. Ethan and Suzuka now comes in, and with that, Pando Porras now. 14-second gap. Can you make up anything right now? Verstappen overtakes Floofster here. But Pando, he's not really gaining anything on Rudolph. More importantly, not really losing anything either. But does need to pit on this lap and does come in. Could potentially, honestly, probably shouldn't have pitted. Probably should just try to stay out and survive with the high adaptability. Honestly, could have worked. A driver might not need to box. Well, you jinxed yourself, as it turned out. Someone T-bone that stuff. Oh, you come out and block Floof, but allow Verstappen to go. And does anyone see what I see that they did to Pando? They gave him 77% of one wets. You're telling me he didn't have any more wets? For real, game? There we go. Floof takes the final podium slot back, but now he needs to try and chase down the 2V carbs. Yeah, they did give Pando here new sweats rather than use that 14-second gap and just gamble on staying out. That's insane. Maldonado is still out. Man is still out. Drift is still out. Haas is throwing this away for Luna. $146.42. Yellow flag. Have we had a safety car yet this? And it's porous.
Let's have a look at that. At the last turn of club. And the rear just lets go. To be fair though, even the best driver.
Pando does the Spinderella move, and with that, it didn't really cost that much, but you did get overtaken by the SCP. It did cost you a lot, actually, I'm not gonna lie. That cost you a good 5 seconds there. Maldonado comes in, Drift comes in. With that, they get slung down the order. Dark Cloud now, and Petrov gonna try and get by the Danger Man on the wrong tires right now. Another yellow flag here. It's good old pole position. Well, it hasn't been a while since we haven't taken a look. Yeah, Moreno. Moreno now also gets by Pudas. He's had another incident.
Now we can see what happened as we look to Stowe.
Pudas is throwing this one away.
Wide at that point, but all being well.
Porous, sorry. I don't know why I've started calling you Pudas. Porous. Pando is throwing this one in the bin, allowing both Alpines to get by, allowing Floof to get by, and is now down in 6th place. With very, very worn tires from all those shenanigans. Danger Man, meanwhile, holding on to the final point here. It's creating a good gap for Suzuka, Daly, and Petrov to enjoy. And as you can see, it's 10 seconds slower than our race leader. Every lap you're stuck behind this Aston, it's going to cost you 10 full seconds. And finally, Dark Cloud does get by. That's insane. Who said the hats were the bottlers of this universe? Sit down. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Don't worry, don't worry. We're on the second race. I'm a little bit slow today. Please red flag and make it 0.06 millimeters. What do you mean I can't catch Verstappen with 10% better tires? Well, clearly you are not as quick as you thought you were. I see yellow.
And we've had a crash on track.
We've had a crash. It's the duck. I feel like we've seen this one before. Like, multiple times. Was that teammate on teammate violence? Still trundling. Are we gonna have a unsafe rejoin? Or rather, rejoin unsafely? No, no cars close enough to make that happen. Man is still staying out. Penalty for Danger Man. So it was actually Danger Man who caused that pain and suffering for the Saubers. You gotta be joking. If it dries fast enough, you have... It's not gonna start drying at all. It's not gonna start drying at all. So, as things stand, it's going to be a VCARB weekend here, and Verstappen is going to take a very, very healthy lead. with that, RB is going to be quite a distance ahead. There's 2 races into the 4 here. Final lap. Final chance here for Floof to get second place from Verstappen. No one else is really close enough in top 10 to have any battles here. So Floof, this is all up to you. Can you make it happen? You're running out of corners. Oh. Close, but not close enough, I think. Needs to go full send. Can you do it? The answer seems to be no. No chance whatsoever. We're going to see a V-Carb 1-2 followed by Floofster. Even with damage, SCP survives and takes 4th place ahead of his teammate. Pando here, who had a good race, barred by a couple of incidents, ends up 6th. Petrov recovers to 7th after qualifying pole position and then deciding to start in the pit lane. That was a interesting moment, to say the least. And Tough has actually gotten a terminal mechanical failure there. But Petrov, followed by Daly, followed by Suzuka, and then Dark Cloud. Ethan, 5 seconds off points here. A little bit unlucky for you. In fact, the Danger Man finish ahead of pole position on Inters is insane.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
That'll be quite a blow, having to cut their race short.
Welcome back, Ethan. Match shifter was a virtual safety car. Well, you can pray, but it didn't really work out for you. You still did improve 6 places, though, so you can't be too upset. Oh, Lord, I'm washed. Yeah, you're washed all the way down here. You finished behind the man who rode 10 laps with tires that were, 10 seconds slower than everyone else. Verstappen then retains the lead. Teammate moves up into 2nd place ahead of SCP, and Luna and Duck all down to 4th and 5th respectively. Floof moves up ahead of Pando. And right now, we are getting a bit of a favorite here. Constructors then, a very healthy lead for RB. Has an RB 2 races ago. We're equal on points, if you can believe it. Alpine moves up to 3rd ahead of Ferrari and Mercedes. And Sauber relegated down to 6th right now. Only 6 points for Williams. McLaren gets 2 here. Alright, for the love of all things holy, get me out of Q1, mamma mia. Well, we're going to Jeddah. And I will give you all one solemn promise. I don't think it's going to rain in Jeddah. But I don't remember if it's going to rain in Jeddah. So, good luck to everyone involved. If it rains, I'm innocent of that crime. I'm very upset, specifically with my team. Don't be upset with Justin. Justin tried the best he could. The real championship is the pit stop. Yeah, Haas is doing pretty terribly at the pit stop championship. Okay, time to jump into Jeddah, which has been peak in last seasons. Welcome to Blocking City.
We're here in Jeddah.
To be fair, as mentioned, we haven't really had... Well, we've had one safety car in Australia. There were a lot of concerns that with how the season was going to shape up, with the cars being very quick, that someone was going to bin it every single race. But we've actually had one of our most... There's so many one-control drivers, but even then, it hasn't actually been a major amount of... full sends.
I'm green.
But yeah, it's gonna be a dry Jeddah. I wouldn't be super evil. So I hope we all enjoyed the journey here. It is Jeddah, but I can make any track rain if I want to. including Las
Try
Vegas.
to cool it down in the inlet.
Let's see how the Bankers goes. Maldonado has picked up a mechanical fault in qualifying. Okay, whatever they've done to you, Pasta. They're deciding that a 24% gearbox is more than enough. In theory, I should be quick. Why is it that the second someone opens their mouth here and tries to be positive, him just goes, no, illegal. Nah, not allowed. We don't do that here. Okay. We are getting ready for the final runs here. I think I'm gonna gamble and say just sitting in the pit lane so I don't cause any incidents. And if we do get like a simulation for the rest of qualifying, that will just have to be how we do things. Moreno is one of the first cars here on a flyer. Well, he just finished his flyer and it wasn't good enough. Verstappen then. Next victim. Let's go. Currently, Tough, Suzuka, Mike, Maldonado, and Petrov in danger. That puts Verstappen in danger right there. Could you see a bit of an upset in quali maybe? We'll have to see. SCP does not improve. Improved first two sectors, did not improve the final one. Not good enough. Let us see here. Dark Cloud is out and improving. Going to be enough though. A little bit more. And does improve up to 7th. Polo, not an improvement in the first sector. Petrov is improving. Suzuka is 6 cents down in the first sector. That is not what you need right now here. Need a little bit more than that, Edster. Polo. 2 good sectors here. Tough needs a little bit more. Polo moves up to 12th. That's probably not going to be good enough. I'm not going to lie. Pole position is done for Maldonado is out. Didn't actually do a second run. What? Suzuka is out. What can Tough do? It's even slower than Suzuka. It's not looking good. And Tough cannot improve. It's Mike and Daly to try and knock out Pudas and pole position as things stand. Pudas is not really improving it. Horace, sorry, I'm Pando. I should just start calling you Pando. Mike, what can you do here? Are you going to get out of danger? You are. And with that, Pando and Pole out in Q1. Double Ferrari DNF. Sorry, double Ferrari out and double McLaren out as well as Tough. Baba survives barely. Sorry, what? I need to check. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Q1 exit. Sorry. I have 50% control, and I think I had just as many of them more instant as some controlled drivers. Well, it's somewhat random. I'm convinced the game hates me. I don't think you're the only one the game hates, Justin, if that is the case. You were never getting anywhere anyways. Well, let's go Q2.
Green light. Stay negative. Save a bit of fuel, please.
Rudolph with time to beat so far, 124.8. He's a little bit more there, Williams. That's a little bit too slow. Acceptable from Floof. Not great, not terrible. Drift goes a little bit better. SCP had a good first sector. Could not actually take advantage of that. And with that, Daly, Ethan, Mike, SCP, Baba, and Moreno in danger now. Verstappen is out and doing a improvement so far. Traffic up ahead, though, could cause some problems for this run. Could also cause some problems for the Mercedes run there. Final sector not good enough. Verstappen does not improve. Bolo. Red Bull really sent me out behind Gigi Papa. What are we doing? Bolo improves with a massive first sector up into fourth. Then it's not improving. Moreno is improving slightly here. 3/10 off on the first sector though compared to quicker cars up ahead. Is 7 in the second sector. Is that going to be enough? Might not be. Let's see how the rest do though. With how Mike is doing, it might just be enough, and that is not enough. Moreno, that is not going to be enough here. What can Mike do? To the line. Not enough. Mike is out. Living Duck knocks Moreno out, but it's going to be in danger here. Baba now. Going to try and cause some problems. I believe both Ethan and Daly are out as things stand. SCP needs an improvement. Baba needs an improvement. Baba does not improve enough. SCP improves enough to lock out the duck, and with that, double Sauber exit alongside Moreno, Mike, Ethan, and Daly. You have to have the biggest lock-in face to beat McLaren. But yeah, Mike had that one good qualifying session where everyone thought he was had an illegal car in Silverstone, and then it's just been downhill from there, fortunately.
And green.
Let's see how these banker laps go. Rudolph, 1:24.8 is the time to beat. Some are close, some are a little bit further away. Dangerman. Dangerman goes out early enough here that traffic might be a problem, and SCP is going to be that traffic for him. Might even have some more traffic here coming out of the pit lane. Gets out barely ahead of that Haas. Was it? It was Drift trying to cause some problems. Yeah, Dangerman. Clear run now until he reaches SCP. What can you do? Gonna need some massive improvements. Purple first sector is a good start. That's a great start. Do you have anything more? Purple middle sector. Asking you shall receive. Can you give me a purple final sector too while you're at it? Not purple, but pole. Original pole so far. Verstappen, a 10th down. Now 3/10 down. That is quite possibly not going to be enough there for the Cub driver. Shall have to see. Final sector now, coming up. No, did not actually improve their time. Drift and Bolo. Drift is on pace here, 31.6 is what you're looking for in the first sector. What can SCP though do though? Improves their time, not their position. Bolo with the purple middle sector is good. Drift goes third fastest. Bolo goes third fastest. Dark Cloud here. Needs a little bit more. Rudolph there. Purple middle sector. Improving. Takes provisional pole here. Nearly half a second quicker than Dangerman. And finally here, Petra, what can you do? Times here are way off. Down 7/10 already, and while the time does get improved, it's not even close to enough here. And Rudolph takes a dominating pole position here. I need Alpine to be legal. Yeah, Rudolph takes pole position. Loof ends up in 7th, which is acceptable. Top 10 was the goal. I predict a chaotic race. Well, we have been missing the chaos, so I'll take that. It's going to be a dry race. There's not going to be anything particularly special about it as such, other than Jeddah being chaos. Let's see if that lives up to expectations.
Welcome back, everyone. The final. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Come on, Danger. Send it into the first corner. You know you want to.
Lights out, and away we go.
Could be. Danger has the better tire. Not brave enough, though, as it turns out. And with that, Rudolph retains first. Danger Man second. We have Bolo, Drift, SCP, Loof up 1, Outcloud, Tappen, Living Duck, and Petrov. You start on the hard tire while being in top 10. That's actually kind of interesting. Just going to quickly retire RB equals here, and we'll see who had the better start.
Car in front 4 seconds.
And it's Floof up 1, it's Duck up 1. Generally, though, for the most part, not a lot of movement, so everyone had clean starts here, which is kind of good. Those hard tires, they're not doing the Mercedes drivers any favors this early, and we could definitely see an incident due to loss of confidence. Who else is smelling wood from the V-carb? Well, currently Danger Man and the V-carb are both kind of starting a fire. We'll have to see how long they can keep this lead up for, though. Lunes moved up into 3rd momentarily. Verstappen, mechanical fault. Seems like they have not replaced all the components this time around. Things aren't awful. They kept me on the same gearbox. Okay, let's see it. Pasta. They did, in fact, keep you on the same gearbox, yes. Oh. Bolo has had an incident here. Has there been an assassination?
Take a look now. Along the straights here. Oh, and a fairly substantial.
Just loses the rear.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Bolo has crashed on his own. I think that would be suspension or rear wing damage, most likely. Rear wing looks pretty much whole, though, so we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the mayhem has begun. That is a sign. Yeah, the AI has not granted you a fresh gearbox. I don't know why. Who else is smelling rusted gears? They're giving you their free loadout from Ark. P12, I see P14. Soon to be P15, from someone who doesn't have a gearbox in their car. So far, pretty clean start. The soft runners are destroying their tires. Baba is destroying his mediums before anyone even gets a chance to cause problems and just holding everyone up. We've gotten used to this madness. And looking at Bolo's pace here, I assume there is no real damage to the rear wing. Gonna drift. First one to pit. And it's gonna have a tiny amount of traffic here up ahead, but should be okay. A soft tire. That's interesting. Let's just put it like that. That is interesting. As we see Baba now, Mike and Suzuka come into pit as well. Oh, my tire is pristine. Why do I feel like you're gonna spin now? Pasta and just Just DNF. After saying that. Duck needs to come into pit lane. Does come into the pit lane. Dangerman 2 into the lane. Medium tires. Ethan. Medium. Who did they give the Duck? Soft tires and Daily. Soft tires, but that's a slow stop. With that, Drift should be okay here. Just needs to clear Pando. Then clear Petrov. Should be doable, particularly considering they're running old softs at this point. Why? Tell me why you didn't pit me. Tell me why you gave me the Ferrari strategy. Let's see, are you going to stay out one more? At least they pit you this lap. There we go, Moreno 2 comes in. Clean stop for both cars. With that now, we're getting close to the point where the medium runners too, at least a couple of them will need to pit. SCP and Dark Cloud have pushed their tires, and we're getting close to another 1-2 from VCarb. Things remain like this. Dark Cloud pits. Those are hard tires. How is this going to work out? Out into traffic, and it's once again going to be the McLaren. Mercedes teammates causing pain to each other. I think we've seen this one before. At the back, Bolo, who's crashed. Then we have Suzuka and pole position. Starting to become a pattern here, if you will. Yeah, Petrov is currently causing a little bit of problems for the teammate. And we've seen this before from these two. They're not happy with each other this season. Luna has tire water? Well, Floof also has tire water, as it turns out. Maldonado now, into the pits. Why am I so slow? Because you're running your tires on conserve, Floof. That's why. You haven't pitted yet, and you have 50% left of your soft tires. Like, if we take a look at Floof's Redemption, 14 laps on those softs. Maldonado just pitted off his tires, who were basically broken, and take a quick look here on the Floofster. And your tires. Yeah, you are basically running light/conserve. Hello, Super Schmuck. It's off season, time to dust off F1 Manager again. Indeed, indeed. Yeah, right now, not that much to say here. Come on, Petrov, let your teammate go. They're on fresher tires than you, you're on different strategies. Kind to each other. As Verstappen now comes in alongside SCP. It is soft for the VCarb. It's hard for the other car. And what are they going to get? You're on 50% war on hards, aren't you, Petrov? 16 laps on hards? Slow stop here for Mercedes, but yeah, 16 laps on hard.
That's a slow pit stop there.
Oh, that's a yikes moment. Living Duck here with fastest lap. Rudolph and Floof yet to pit. Teammate Drift has already done one pit stop. We assume Floof to be on a one-stopper. I hope F1DB adds a 26 database update so I can keep playing. Probably someone is gonna get that done, to be fair. Would be surprised if they didn't do it. Come on, I'm doing good so far. Hello, Anado. How you doing? Lock in Ethan. Ethan's doing fine. But we all know that once someone starts mentioning names in the chat, they get hit with a random event that usually is pretty negative to them. So be careful what you wish for. But yeah, after Floof, after doing 20 laps on the soft set, I would assume that you're going to do a one-stopper. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Fucking Lando. Looking at Ethan, I'll deal with Lando. You're gonna murder him or? Look at the train here being built up by Floof. Right now, Luna might get overtaken due to it. Danger Man gonna take advantage. Sauber takes advantage, and Luna here loses 4 positions on the straight there. Luna is bullied out of 4 positions with the help of a teammate who went into the pits here and was given a medium tire, not a hard one. So I don't think Floof is doing a one-stopper here. That would be very interesting if you are. But yeah, Drift bullied from podium to 6th place. courtesy of the Floofster. Floof did it in reverse, Paris. I'll have to see how this goes, but right now, fastest lap goes the way of Danger Man. And Rudolph here should be doing a one-stopper. I can't imagine anything else. They have yet to pit. We do have Living Duck here who just eats their tires again like marshmallows, needing to pit very, very soon. Apart from that, shouldn't be too much going on there. And Rudolph does come in, and that is a hard tire, medium to hard one-stop in effect. And Living Duck has been given another set of soft speed. Another set of soft tires for them to devour, and Dark Cloud has picked up a mechanical failure. What is the mechanical failure? It could be engine or gearbox, so that is quite unfortunate. Drift's gonna need to pit soon. It's probably one of the tracks that will punish people with low smoothness more than any other. So let's see how this one works out for them. Rudolph now 6th place, 13 seconds off the lead, and does not need to pit again. That's a pretty strong position to be in, as Luna does pit. Ultra Medium comes out in 10th. All that traffic, that's a little bit unfortunate, but they had to pit, but it is understandable. Yellow flag, Daily with a lockup.
But this is what happened. Let's have a look as we go into the 13th corner.
Just want to point out, Gigi Baba has been my favorite driver. Just on you guys. Well, Gigi Baba probably will appreciate that a lot, Dutch. What is Williams doing with me? Good question. Good question. Renault now, medium tires, and Buffet is managing those mediums. I guess we can see him going till the end. He still needs to catch up though to Rudolph. A little bit of a challenge right there. So far, the top 4 are just kind of doing their own thing. Gonna lie, Putis now pits. The back, Gigi Baba all the way to the back. Unfortunately, the wall does struggle with pace and tires, so they're very annoying at the start of races, and then they kind of fall off towards the end of it, unfortunately for them. Right now, Rudolph, there's their teammate. With that, they're about to take the lead here at Jeddah. This is fine, I'm holding Lando up. Blue for the last, please don't overtake me. Honestly, Ethan, I don't. Floof, this is embarrassing. Ethan has 33% tires. Drift has better tires. What are you doing to a man that doesn't have anything? Yeah, Rudolph is still just moving up ahead here, just doing a very, very simple drive-by, if you will. Be calm. Nearly back into the lead there. Verstappen comes in, hard tires till the end. Danger Man, hard tires till the end for both of these drivers. And with that, Roof has finally made his way past Ethan, who does need to pit. And hopefully they too will have a hard tie till the end. Dark Cloud in the lead, ahead of Rudolph, ahead of SCP. And the other two will both need to pit again. Rudolph should be fine all the way till the end of this race. Please let Ethan pit. I love that there's just hopes and prayers right now to allow Ethan to go to the pit lane. But I think they're finally going to let him pit. And then going to give them a soft tire. Because that is destiny. And it is actually a soft tire. 20 laps on a soft. Good luck. Good luck, Ethan. 20 laps. Soft tire all the way till the end. The duality of man right there. Yes, I'm pitting. Why did you put on a soft tie, you absolute buffoons? Dear God, I'm two-stopping. Yes, Floof, you are. You are, in fact, two-stopping. You might be throwing this one away. Because you aren't quick enough for a two-stop. Like, look at Rudolph. 31 blanks. You're running 32 fives. Yeah, Floof, you're gonna be behind me. Petrov has pitted into a soft tire 19 laps to go. And if we take a look at Floof here, about 20 seconds. He would end up somewhere near Maldonado, yeah, most likely behind him. As Maldonado will be reeling him in. Very likely. Rudolph right now is just enjoying life out front. As Ethan has claimed the fastest lap with those soft tires and is burning them. Not exactly what you needed right there. And there's the soft tires here for the Mercedes as well. Gonna try and chase down the leader with those. That's gonna be a little bit rough, I think. Danger Man here is gonna be interesting to watch. Gaining 1.6 seconds on the leaders. 18 seconds though. Gonna need more than a second a lap to make this happen. But right now, they are net in a podium. Because Duck and also, as I mentioned here, SCP will both need to pit. Hey there, Cosby. Now that you're here, you might as well just crash out of first. It is how it's supposed to be, you know. I would love for Haas to have a comeback. The Big Duck pits out in A tier. Gonna need to clear the road ahead, but let's be fair. Dark Cloud is going to be a pretty good pulley on those fresh soft tires. I don't think it's a bad situation for them to be in. And as things stand here, Danger Man, more than 2 seconds gain on that last lap. Might actually have what it takes here to catch Rudolph. We'll have to see. That is an insane pace, and Rudolph with a 32.3 versus a 31. It's basically where it needs to be. We'll have to see if they can keep it up though all the way till the end of this. Most cars have pitted. As mentioned here, Floof's gonna need to pit again. SCP's gonna need to pit. I assume both of them are gonna go to a soft tire and go full push. Baba is gonna need to pit again, but is just holding up the bottom half of the table here and being annoying, as we've seen before. Fastest lap claimed by Living Duck on those fresh mediums. And right now, Danger Man is still doing just about enough there to catch Rudolph. Now, though, it's going to be the what is probably going to decide this. Can Danger Man clear these two cars quick enough that the pace is going to be good enough to chase? Is SCP going to go ahead and pit now? They are. They get out of the way. That's going to give Danger Man some DRS down the straight here to minimize loss of time. And if they can get by a drift, start chasing, that would be good. SCP now. Soft tires out of the pit in 8th place. Bluefear is about to suffer the same fate. And when he does pit, he is going to come out basically in 10th place. Going to be a lot of work that needs to be done right then and there. Danger Man now. You need a clean pass as quickly as possible. Drift is not quick enough to close down the gap. think you might have overtaken slightly too early there, and that might give Drift a chance to come back. And yeah, look at that. And this is playing directly into Rudolph's hands. Maybe you're good. We'll see. Danger Man here. Gonna make it work. Floof now in the pits. Expect to come out behind Ethan. Oh. Buddha's gonna get it done. No. Floof in 10th now. Gonna need to put in some work. I'm also worried for Luna here. 55%. 10 laps. It's doable. But it is gonna be rough. Those medium tires. And as mentioned here, Luna right now is causing some problems for Danger Man. It's making it hard to catch up to first again. That is not what they need right now. Half a second gain. Needs a full second. Has been able to keep a full second gained a lap when running alone. But with Luna now just being an absolute menace and overtaking, that's going to cost a lot of time. And particularly if you get overtaken into the corners here, that's not what you need.
Now this, I think, was at turn 13. The wheels just lock up there. By
Show
that
Cosby the
point,
drivers.
It's just too late.
Take a look at it right now as things stand with the drivers. We are going to have a inter-team battle here for the lead if things remain as they are. We'll have to see. 10 laps to go here. Yeah, the battle right now with Drift, with Duck, has been enough for Danger Man to kind of lose the advantage here to chase. And basically, Luna is allowing Rudolph here to get the win by being annoying. We've seen this so many times before. Verstappen is also going to be improving here, I think, up to at least 5th. Have to see if SCP can cause any problems, but the softs do fall off pretty quickly here. Please, any points? Well, you better hold on, Ethan. Hold on for dear life. I'm on fresh soft, lets you cook. Yeah, you're on fresh softs, but you're also 20 seconds with 7 laps to go off points. So I don't think you're going to cook hard enough for that. You're going to need a safety car. Ethan is absolutely deleting Floof's times. Yes, Ethan is just holding them up right now. Living Duck is trying to go ahead on Man here. But we're going to have a 3-way fight for 2nd and 3rd. We'll have to see how SCP here do with Verstappen and Dark Cloud. Because as I mentioned, these tires are going to give up 1 point. Maldonado, another mechanical fault to add to the collection. What did they not switch for you this time? It's that gearbox. Still. Can we talk about how my gearbox has been left by these? You didn't. You didn't. Just why would you do that to yourself? I'm sorry. The second he writes in chat, can we talk about how my gearbox has been blessed by Jesus? Mechanical failure. Oh, that is actually hilarious. I appreciate that. How many races have we done? This is race 7. So there is 5 races remaining after this one. Don't forget, you have to make a short of Cosby catching Floof. I'll try and remember to get that done when I have time. Hopefully in sometime this week, maybe. We'll see. Ooh, Dark Cloud getting logged there for 2 positions. Drift has been left behind a little bit here. Living Duck and Danger Man switching back and forth. Haven't had any massive situations here. Bolo had that spin. Has recovered to 13th at the moment. But apart from that, a pretty quiet race. I'm sorry, Nero, for whatever I did. Pay to win. Thank you very much, Justin. Appreciate that. I don't know why you got hit with that. It was just poor timing, but yeah, I do appreciate that. That pay to win donation. We'll have to see if it pays out for you. Thank you very much. Bribery. The bribery to ensure he wins. The bribery didn't work. Justin, the bribery has backfired. That you can't even make this up. Justin bribes the mechanics and they remove another bolt from the gearbox. Oh, that's unfortunate. You'll have to, like, I think you'll still get 10th there. Let's not kid ourselves. You'll at least get points because, well, Floof is unable to overtake. Floof might kill you. Not even joking. Floof might kill you, and that way Petrov and Porus is going to get points. But you should be able to hold on to 10th. Verstappen and Dark Cloud are fighting right now with 5th. Danger Man has gone away from Dark, who has gotten away from Luna. And as you can see, if Danger Man was just allowed to do his own thing, I think he would have been able to reel in Rudolph. It was just Dark and Drift that kind of gave Rudolph a little bit of a helping hand. And Dark Cloud's failure also has escalated right now, but that should also not be a huge issue. Ethan has 13 seconds to make up. And Maldonado is still, even with the damages, somehow keeping Floof at bay. This is insane. I can recover it, truck tow me. Currently, Floof is the one that needs to tow you, then. You might even get that place back. Justin is praying right now. We're giving Ethan driver of the day, maybe. I think the points I put into overtake have worse than my ability to overtake. Maybe, who knows? Verstappen right now. We're going on the final lap. Rudolph in the lead, ahead of Dangerman, ahead of Dark, Drift, and then we have SCP who's fighting Verstappen for 5th here. It is still an open duel, mind you. But whoever overtakes here is going to have a good chance at taking that 6th place finish. And Verstappen moves ahead with a little better hard tires as things stand. Dark Cloud in 7th, Ethan in 8th, Floof in 9th, and Maldonado in 10th. With the bribery backfiring and giving him a worse fault, it should be a pretty simple affair now to the line. And I do believe we have 4 lap cars here: Moreno, Baba, Tough, and Daly. We've seen Rudolph just dominate in this race. And SCP has not given up. Last chance here. Final DRS sector. Are you gonna send it? The send is completed. And the defense is poor from Verstappen. And with that, SCP takes the 5th place rather than the 6th place, I do believe. Verstappen is 6th, Dark Cloud 7th. Then we'll have Ethan here scoring some very, very important points for Williams. They haven't had a lot of them this season. Floof secures 9th place. Then Maldonado should get 10th here ahead of their teammate. But Rudolph has won. Very important victory here for their title bid. And we see both. I need to point this out. Empty. A lot of cars here out of fuel. Buddhist did not cross the line. Sorry, Porus did not cross the line here. You actually ran out of fuel too early.
Sometimes I think you just have to accept that it's not going to be your race.
Having to retire early will no doubt be a bitter disappointment. But today is done, and it's all about looking forward.
Well, Karun, How do you
Both the
think they'll be
Haas
feeling
ran
in
out
the
of
team
fuel.
garage at the end of that?
If Ferrari couldn't get any rest. But yeah, Wolff did not have a good race. Lost a couple of positions. Tess lost a couple of positions. Ethan made up 6. Maldonado made up 8. Duck secured a podium, starting in 10th. And with the drivers now, it's 5 points between the two teammates. And there is just 3 points to fight for third. It's starting to look like it's going to be an RB Christmas here. With 7 out of 12 races done, they have a commanding lead. Let's just put it like that. They have more points than, well, the bottom 5 teams combined. Who can stop V-Carb supremacy? We are going to do one more race today, and then I need to get going. A little bit delayed, so I have about half an hour-ish to do this, so we're going to speed it up a little bit, or we're going to do it next time. If you want me to do this race a little bit rushed, let me know. If not, we'll just save it for next time. We'll do an extra race. But let me know what you think. As always, collapse in the second half. Tell me we get a Bahrain. I don't remember. As I said, I don't remember what I did for the tracks. I'm gonna have to be honest. Just gonna check to be on the safe side here. Oh. Alpine has run out of parts again. How they manage that? Yeah, I think that means we're gonna have to end this here. One of the Alpines have shut the bed. It shouldn't have run out of parts. This is just the AI being stupid. I can almost guarantee it. Let me check what the AI is up to. What exactly is it that you guys have done? Stupid Alpine. Let me have a look. The chassis, it's not the front wing, the rear wing, it's not the side pods. Gave you a new suspension? Like, this doesn't make any sense. Alpine has actually run out of suspensions. How? I gave you 10 suspensions 3 races ago. You have not... Okay. Do you guys want to know what the current situation is here with Alpine? Yeah, Alpine downgraded. Like, this is... let's go to the car performance. This is how every car should look. This is how the Alpine car looks. I'm pretty sure it didn't look like this last race. But what the Alpine has done now is that they have gotten an upgrade. They've decided to put that on the car, even though Alpine has 7 suspensions. So they haven't actually spent the suspensions. They have a component that is better. They're just not using it. But I'm going to have to do some save file editing to fix this. So I think, unfortunately, that means we can't do Bahrain. And I do want to fix this. It wasn't a problem before last race anyways, because if it was, then, let's face it, I would have been lapped 3 times. So we'll deal with this probably next stream, and we'll just have to do 5 races then. So we're ending a little bit early, which is a shame. But I need to... Last time we had an issue like this, where they had better components but didn't want to use them. It took me probably an hour to fix it, because, again, I need to coax the AI into actually using the other component. I need to delete the current component. And if I'm not careful, it could destroy the save. So it'll take a couple of attempts, most likely. But yeah, Alpine did downgrade. No, Alpine, I want to watch the final race. If you're quick, we can still get this race done. The problem, Cosby, is that I need to test the save after I do the edits to components because let's see here. I can probably give you guys a bit of an idea of how component editing works. Just give me a second here. So let me just sort this out. This one? That's the one. So basically now what you're seeing on your screen is the editor. And fix it live. So the way that this works is that you can see here that Alpine has 7 suspensions. They should not be using the shit suspensions, but they've made an S3 part. And here's the thing, the S3 part is shit. It's trash. The team scores here on the left side are not actually representative of how good a team is. Because let's face it, I've given you all 95% drag, top speed, you get the idea. This is how good the cars are with the latest developments. So it's not accurate at all. We can prove that by just seeing that the cars are equal in the overview. But basically, if I want to fix this, I'm going to have to delete these parts like so. Like this. That's what I would have to do. But the problem is that also saves this part and overwrites the expertise level. And whenever you do this, it saves all 6 parts. So it's going to reset the expertise of every car back to basically the good pieces. And if I don't use the other editor to downgrade the expertise, we get Super Saiyan cars. That's one of the ways you can get Super Saiyan cars. And that ends up with a problem, of course. And I need to basically just edit the expertise levels, ensure that nothing goes wrong by simulating a couple of races, and then get back onto the save file. This takes half an hour if it doesn't go right the first time. Sometimes it just doesn't do that. But that is basically the process. I need to just delete this part, force the AI to use the suspension, and then I need to go into the other editor to directly edit expertise levels. Because when you edit parts in this editor, it also edits the expertise levels. It doesn't explicitly tell you that, but if I save this part right here with the rear wing, it's going to set the expertise levels to slightly over 95% for airflow, drag, DRS, and it's going to set the expertise levels for low, medium, and high speed downforce slightly higher than this, so that your next development, next design is an upgrade. If that makes sense. So I'm going to back up the save, of course, Cosby. Have some good sleep, Floof. But I think you all understand why, even if I could fix the save live right now, it's still going to be half an hour to an hour of fixing. And as I mentioned, I need to go in like 20 minutes. So it's a bit unfortunate, but sometimes the AI just does shit that break everything. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to back this up. I'm going to fix it. I've already done this before I started today's stream. It's why we were 15 minutes late. So that is basically it. If there's something here that is unclear or anything like that, feel free to ask right now before I go. But it's one of the things that makes the driver championship take a lot of time when it comes to the cars and ensuring everything is equal. It's just ensuring that the AI doesn't do anything silly, like, again, using a clear downgrade when they have the upgrade. I think it'll be same time next stream. Maybe I'll start like an hour or two later. We'll have to see. I'm a little bit unsure. But we'll be doing, hopefully, 5 races. Teams aren't equal anyways. No, Alpine have the worst car right now. But yeah, it's basically just the expertise levels. There is actually the thing here, Cosby, is that this is an equalize expertise button. Because if I give every card the exact same parts and save that, it is going to set the expertise levels of every team somewhat similar. But I need to set the expertise level way down, like at around 40%, to ensure that whatever they design looks like this, which is a downgrade, rather than, say, a part that is 100% in all 6 slots. So that is generally it. Next stream date, I'm thinking Thursday. Have a bunch of free time on Thursday, so that is the most likely date where I will be streaming. So in 2 days. But as I mentioned, I'm probably going to start around the same time, or maybe an hour or two later. We'll have to see. But I'm going to be busy this weekend, so unfortunately, no stream this weekend. I'll have to see if I can get the Build a Boat challenge done to then. But it's opened. I don't know. We'll see. Any other questions before I go? I'm very sorry that we couldn't do Bahrain. Sometimes, again, the AI just decides that we're done for the night. It's just again very unfortunate, but it happens. How will I tweak expertise? Give me a second. I'll open the other editor. This is also what makes this a little bit tricky, is the fact that you have to use 2 editors, and sometimes the 2 editors don't even play well together, which is why you need the testing. So this is the other editor, the save dot f1 setup.it. See you later, editor. And basically here you can go into your parts. Here you can go into expertise. And basically here's where you'll see if a car has gone Super Saiyan. Then they'll usually have 2000 in any one of these. But basically here, what I just do is edit these numbers to ensure that they are lower than the current parts. Ensure that all of these are below 60, or rather 600. Ensure that all of these are below 900. You get the idea. So basically, I'll show you the championship in a second. Basically, I use the first editor to give parts, and then I use this editor to ensure that the expertise levels are tuned back down, because for some reason, well, I can understand why, but this editor doesn't actually have the ability to give individual parts. You can edit design projects that are currently in progress, things like that, but generally you are a little bit limited on how you want to do things here. But I might go over that a little bit later, how to edit, if people are interested. Maybe I'll make another guide video on how you edit expertise levels in the 2 different editors to get the exact scenario you want, for instance. Might do something like that. You've just been tricked into leaking the calendar. The calendar is in Discord, I believe, unless I forgot to post it. But it's not a huge problem. So standings here. Here you have them. But I'll do that. It'll look a little bit better if there's not one white one. Standings so far this season for the team. But yeah, Chebo, maybe I'll do a expertise editing in, the databases video if people are actually interested and curious on how you do that. And here we have the drivers. Verstappen still in the lead. Congratulations. Rosberg is catching up rapidly though. We have Ty in 3rd. Probably very happy that we stopped here before Alpine shot him in the leg. And if you're curious about the bottom 10, we also have them right here. Currently, pole position and Baba, the 2 drivers who have yet to score points. Ethan secured some points in the last race. With that, both Williams drivers have scored points. Esther has scored all the points for McLaren. And Duck has scored all the points for Sauber. But yeah, with that, I'm going to have to call it. Thank you all very much for watching. Next time will be, as I mentioned, Thursday. Probably around a very similar time. Thank you very much for watching again. I appreciate it. Another huge thanks to Justin for his bribery that backfired. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.